Okay, I'm back with another video, and today we're gonna talk about how much money you can make being a cargo van owner operator. So let's get right into it. Okay, so let's talk about it. So you can definitely make a whole lot of money being a cargo van owner operator. If you want to kind of like get into like the exact figures, I mean, to be honest, it kind of varies, to be honest, because it's like you can make, I'll give y'all a range. So like you can make from in between, I say $40 an hour to $100 an hour. It's all depending on the work, and probably a little bit over that depending on who you're dealing with and the contracts. But yeah, so I say between $40 an hour to $100 an hour you can definitely make being a cargo van owner operator. And this all depends on, like I said, the contract that you're working with and the people you're working with. As far as like if you have like your own customers, you may get paid close to 100 or better. But if you're dealing with like a contract or like load boards, I say you'll be in that like maybe $40 to $60 an hour range, like somewhere in there. And so yeah, like that's kind of just to give you a good estimate on like exactly how much you could make. And then I mean, also like I said, I mean, you want to kind of look for load boards and contracts that are going to pay you the most. Obviously you don't want to deal with anybody that's going to underpay you. So I say like, and then also building your own customers. You make the most building your own customers. But like I said, I say overall, like you definitely want to just do your research before you get into this, because you don't want to get into it and then you have a hard time finding the work. But once you do your research and then you do get into it, you find you a nice contract, that should be the range that you're going into. Like I said, I mean, I came from doing customer service representative, so I was working at home before I started doing this, and then I kind of like did the research while I was working from home, like during the like pandemic and all that stuff. I was working at home and I kind of did my research at that point, and then it took me about like, I'd say 5 to 8 months of research before I actually made my leap. And I just quit my job and I got my cargo van, and I didn't have any contracts already set up, but I did have some load boards that I downloaded on my phone. Like that's when I went into GoShare, Dispatch, Shipley, and then there's a few other ones that you can also try, like Curry, and there's one that's they have a what's the name of that one? It is Amazon Flex, that's what it is. So, and that one, like I've heard it's a long waiting list, and it is, like, because I tried to get on with them and I waited like 4 or 5 months and I never got a response on like as far as my approval. So with them and Curry, so like those are two of the options, but they have a super long waiting list, so it will take some time to get approved with those guys. But GoShare, Dispatch, Shipley, those are ones that like they're pretty fast about getting you on there, and you can kind of go from there. But so yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, you guys, before you get into this, you definitely want to do your research. You definitely want to already kind of have something set up before you actually go into buying the van. But like I said, myself, I was doing customer service representative. I did 5-6 months of research and I just quit, and I jumped right into get my van and kind of just went from there. And now at this point, I'm right at like a year in at having my van and doing my business. And like I said, I was doing that and I was making $15 an hour at doing CSR work from home. So you figure I went from making $15 an hour working an 8-hour shift Monday through Friday to making in between $40 to $100 an hour driving a cargo van. And then like my shifts can vary as far as like some days I may do like 4 to 5 hours, some days I may do a whole 8-hour day. It all depends on like the work, and then also how I feel, because if I don't feel like doing the full day, I'm gonna do a full day. And then like I said, the contract too, because some contracts require a whole full 8-hour shift. But like I said, it all depends on how you get it set up and who you're dealing with. But yeah, like I said, because I had a like last year, in between October to December, I got a seasonal contract with FedEx, and I was doing FedEx deliveries local in North Carolina, like the Charlotte area. And I did that, like I said, for like right at 3 months. But it was a really good contract, even though it was seasonal. They were paying me, hell, I was making like in between $2,000 to $2,500 a week. So you do the math on that. That's like pretty close to in between $8,000 to $10,000 a month for those 3 months. So that was real good pay, even though it was seasonal. I only did 3 months of it. That was a nice 3 months, because I mean, like, you know, a lot of contracts, you know, most of them, like, I mean, you can find some decent ones that are local, but most of the local ones, they, you know, they don't only pay you that much. Like, as far as like making around $8,000-$10,000 a month, most local ones, they're not gonna pay you that much. Like, you'll probably be in between the range of like maybe $1,200 to $1,500 a week. You know, that's right around like maybe $5,000 to $6,000 a month. But that was a good contract. So but yeah, like I said, I mean, like, overall it's still good money, being that what I came from doing $15 an hour, like, you can't beat it. So like I said, anybody that's looking to get into this or already into it, you know, just do your research and keep doing your research, and then, you know, make your jump, and you could definitely make it happen. I mean, it's, like I said, it's definitely not a hard step. I think the hardest step of doing this is just maintaining and getting everything set up, because like once you get it all set up, you got to keep it going. So it's like, you know, just getting your insurance set up, then keeping the maintenance right on your vehicle, which the maintenance shouldn't be too much, because, you know, I mean, as far as oil changes, and, you know, you may need to get your tires changed every now and again, depending on how much you drive. But that's like the main maintenance. If you get a decent vehicle. Now, if you get something that's older and already has issues, your maintenance costs may be a little bit more higher. But for me, I'm just dealing with oil changes, and, you know, I hadn't got my tires changed yet, because I haven't worn them out that much. But because I'm doing local, like I said, if you're doing local, your maintenance costs kind of are a little bit less than somebody doing OTR. Because if you're doing OTR, you're gonna have a higher maintenance at a, you know, faster rate, because you're driving your van so much every day that you kind of can't avoid it. So but yeah, like I said, I mean, if you guys are getting into this, just do your research, and, you know, try your best to just get your ducks in a row, and before you make that jump, because you don't want to get into this and then not be prepared. So you want to just do your research, like I said. Like, in me starting off, I had 5 to 6 months of research done, but I only had load boards. I didn't have any contracts, I didn't have any customers, any of that. So I kind of did jump off on a limb somewhat, but I did have those load boards, and I was able to make, I say on the load board, I was able to make like in between $600 to $1,000 a week on the load boards, on those ones I just gave you guys. So you can make money on those too. But like I said, I mean, overall, like, you want to get those contracts, and you want to, you know, you want to build your customers too, because, like I said, I mean, I got a job tomorrow I'm doing for a customer down in Hilton Head, and I've done recent jobs with her before, but this particular one, she needs her whole storage unit moved from Belton to Hilton Head, and Belton's in North Carolina, but Hilton Head is in South Carolina. So it's about like 3.5 hours apart. But she's basically paying for us to go get a van. I mean, not a van, I'm sorry, a box truck. She's paying to get a 26-foot box truck. We're gonna rent it, get that box truck, and then we're gonna go to her storage unit to load everything up, then take it to her home and unload it. So, but that's a customer I started off doing I did a van delivery with her originally, but it's kind of went from that to now she's needing me to do other work, to where she's renting the truck, and we're gonna go get the truck for her. So that's why I'm like, it's all about just, you know, like I said, building your customers and doing a good job. But if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you.